Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here, and I feel very honored that I get the chance to speak, because I think that it's something that we need to talk about. We need to talk about images like this, oranges as far as the eye can see. We need to talk about ditches full of bananas. We need to talk about truckloads full of food. We need to talk about food waste. The problem mainly is that 40 to 50% actually of the food that we produce for human consumption gets thrown away prematurely. It's a two-sided thing. You would maybe think that it's mainly in developed countries that this is happening, but it's actually divided 50-50. In developed countries, it's mainly because of the reasons that we see here. It's the aesthetics. We look at the cover of the book and we don't try, or we don't actually give the vegetable a chance before tasting it. In less developed countries, or in developing countries actually, it's more a problem about knowledge. They don't have the resources or the knowledge yet to conserve the food the way it should be conserved so it doesn't spoil before people can actually get to it and eat it. Because I'm here, I live in a developed country, and I actually saw a documentary telling me the story specifically about the developing country, specifically about Holland actually, and the amount of foods that we throw away. I couldn't sit still. It was actually the first time that happened to me, because I watch a lot of documentaries, but I always kind of know what they're going to tell me. It's just, I don't know, you watch it and it's, yeah, I knew that all along, you know? So this documentary was completely different. I just sat down, didn't really know what it was about, and then was completely blown off my feet because it was horrible. It's just horrible to see that we throw away so much food while there's so many people not having enough food to eat, you know? And specifically because of these reasons. Like, this is not a good reason to throw away bell pepper. It's not a good reason to throw away a banana because it tastes delicious, you know? And, basically in the documentary, they were telling stories about people that went to supermarkets after they were closed, or to grocery shops, and actually went dumpster diving. They took the food that was still eatable out of the dumpsters and cooked with that. So I thought, I'm not really that kind of person. I wouldn't jump into the dumpster myself. So I just started thinking, okay, how can we do this? If there's people throwing it in the dumpster and then other people getting it outside the dumpster, why not throw it into the dumpster and just pass it along, you know? So I went the next day, actually really motivated, went to the stores and started talking to the grocery shops in the Javastraat. I don't know if you know it, but it's like one long street full of Turkish and Moroccan grocers. I don't know why they cluster all together, by the way, but they're all there. So I went there, I talked to them, and I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do with the food. I just went in and said, like, hey, I watched the documentary. Is it true? Do you really throw away this much food? And yes, everybody said it was true. So I asked them, what can we do about this? Could I take food with me? I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I'm just talking to you to see if we can actually come to an agreement and see what we can do about this. And everybody, all the grocery shops actually, most of them said yes right away. They even wanted to give me boxes of food right that instant. I was like, no, thank you. Wait a minute. I need to first think about this, you know? And then the ones that said no actually already did something with their waste food. So that was actually a very good thing to hear. Out of the talks with the grocery shops, we started a project, very small. It was basically my husband who just walked out the door, and going to the grocery shops and getting all the food that was left over with the car, and then driving all the way to the other side of the city, but where the now it's called the Vluchtkerk, then it was still a Vluchtelingenkamp, like asylum seekers that got denied their visa, and they were sleeping outside in very harsh conditions, in tents, and they had basically, no food, not enough blankets, not enough anything. So we just bought the food there every day. Well, that is not the best of. It's very time consuming because in the end it was like 3 hours a day just driving around, getting food, bringing it somewhere. So we started talking to people and trying to arrange this better. Now, a year later, we can say Taste Before You Waste is really here. What we do is we try to create consciousness by talking to people, either at giving talks like this or trying to feed them. Because in Holland we have this saying, love goes through the stomach. Well, amongst the people of Taste Before You Waste, we have the saying, consciousness goes through the stomach as well. Because when you feed people good food and then tell them that it's actually waste, they're always shocked, actually. And their ears kind of open, and instead of you trying to push them to listen to you, they're actually asking you for questions and like, how can this be? You know, because nobody likes food being wasted. It's this inherent intuition we have. So yes, we pick food up 5 times a week, and then 3 times of that it goes to different charities. 1 time a week we hold a free food market, giving food away to people. It's the best way to get them listening, actually. And then the 5th time we pick it up, and it's basically we conserve the food and then jar it and keep it for conferences like this, or for other activities, or for like guerrilla dinners, no food waste dinners, and stuff like that. Basically to get the word out and get people tasting the food. Well, I kind of covered this already, how to do it yourself. It's so simple. There's a group of students that started now in Utrecht as well, at the Utrecht University College, and they called me after the first day they went to talk to the stores, and she was like, I can't believe this. Everybody said yes. You know, everybody's actually, they want to give up their food, so we do something with it. So, the most important thing is just get up, go there, talk to people, and actually they're very willing. It's a very simple concept, and until now it's just been a very positive road. No bumps, no humps, just straight line up all the time. Well, it was my idea, but I have to be honest, Taste Before You Waste wouldn't be here without our volunteers picking up the food every week, actually every day of the week. Without the grocery shoppers that help us even, like putting the food away, they keep it aside, they put it in the buckets, they collect stuff for us. And the farmers, you know, who instead of actually selling, this farmer could have sold the leftover food that he had for it to become cattle feed. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll give it to you so you can cook at the conference and tell people what is happening, because this food shouldn't go to cattle. It should go to humans, because those are the ones that need the food and that it's produced for. And well, my last message is Taste Before You Waste wouldn't also be here without you guys, the people who listen and the people who hopefully after today maybe will think twice when you want to throw something away. Thank you.